Hi everyone, and welcome back to this Mew Mew blog thingy multi-parter. Today we'll be starting the comparison of Volume 2 of the manga to the anime, so let's get started with Chapter 5. Where we last left off, this happened. As stated in the last video, this scene happened at the end of Episode 3 of the anime, and Ichigo was alone when it happened. In the manga, Booling was there to witness it all, and this chapter starts off with her excited to see a real kiss for the first time. Episode 7 was Booling's debut in the anime, and her personality and backstory were expanded upon. So the anime adds scenes such as her chasing Ichigo down to learn how to get cat ears, Ichigo getting angry and taking it out on her only to feel guilty about it after Minto suggests that Booling might be living under hard times, and Ichigo going back to the park the next evening to apologize only to find Kish attempting to take her spirit. Anyways, back to the manga. Kish then assumes that Ichigo's stunned reaction to his kiss was because she liked it and asks if she wants another. Ichigo then attempts to kick him in disgust, asking who he is. He introduces himself again and sends out a bunch of parasite aliens who turn the zoo animals into chimeras. Due to slightly different circumstances in the anime, Ichigo was still with Aoyama when the animals started acting up. So she had to purposefully separate herself from Aoyama by pretending to trip and lose him in the crowd, while in the manga, she was already separated from him since she was off to buy herself a drink. However, her meeting Kish at the zoo is played out exactly the same as the beginning of the fight scene in episode 4, except as stated before, Booling is with her in the manga. Also, Kish only sends one parasite alien, which fuses with a lion cub. Then things start to diverge a bit. Since Booling is with Ichigo in the manga, she gets grabbed by an elephant chimera. This gives Kish the opportunity to attack Ichigo while she's distracted. She then gets pinned down by a lion chimera and Kish grabs her chin, claiming that he's bored and should kill her, saying that even though he thinks of her as an interesting toy, he would get in trouble if he lets her live. Mew Mint and Mew Lettuce showing up to save Ichigo, her transforming and them defeating the chimeras is the same in both the anime and manga, except for the difference in monsters that I've already mentioned. Then we change yet again. In the manga, Ichigo saves Booling, but Kish says that the fight isn't over, and the parasite aliens who were driven out just go and infect other nearby zoo animals before Masha could get a chance to eat them. Booling then sees Ichigo in danger and shoves her out of the way. Before the elephant chimera can step on her, her powers activate and she transforms. The anime equivalent to this scene is in episode 7, although in that version she was trying to shield Mew Ichigo and Mew Mint from an attack made by a chimera samba lizard. A huge rock mass appears and blocks the attack and her monkey ears come out. Masha then gives her her pendant and then she transforms. In both the anime and manga, Mew Pudding traps the chimera, or chimeras, with her attack and Ichigo finishes them off. Although in the manga she was extra angry when doing it since she wanted to get back at Kish for kissing her. In episode 4 of the anime, Kish leaves and Mew Lettuce asks Ichigo about her date, which reminds her that she left Aoyama behind, so she runs off to find him. When she does, she sees that he's been looking for her. In the manga, after Kish is gone, and Minto remarks about Ichigo's attitude during the attack, Ichigo immediately hears Aoyama calling for her. Retsu and Minto decide to take Booling to the cafe, and Minto compliments Ichigo on Aoyama calling her by first name. Booling then attempts to give Ichigo a love pill made by her family to give to Aoyama and leaves. At the end of the 4th episode of the anime, Aoyama gets mad at Ichigo and they both walk home. Ichigo is worried that Aoyama hates her and starts to cry. Aoyama walks over to her and tells her that everything's okay and that he was upset because she made him worry. She then pinky promises him that she won't run off on him during dangerous situations again. Aoyama getting mad at Ichigo and her worrying that he hates her happens in chapter 5 of the manga, but then he holds up a cat in front of her saying that it got hurt during the attack. The cat then jumps out of his arms, leaving its bell collar behind. Aoyama then ties the bell around Ichigo's neck so he won't lose her again, jokingly calling her his cat. Ichigo then lovingly clings onto Aoyama's arm and they walk home. In the anime, this scene doesn't happen until quite a bit later in episode 13. There isn't an injured cat in the episode, which makes me wonder where he even got the bell collar from in the first place. While the circumstances of him giving her the bell are different, which I'll cover when we get to that part of the story, what he says to her and her response are basically the same. And with that ends chapter 5, which was a weird combination of episodes 4, 7, and 13. And that's it for this Mew Mew blog thingy. If there are any other Mew Mew topics you want me to talk about, put them in the comments below. Tune in next time where we'll cover Chapter 6.